Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys hit that like or dislike button, put some Coach K motherfucking full court pressure on that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload a video or go live like I'm doing right now on my YouTube channel. And once again, this is your boy E Thriller. Welcome back. Now, first things first, man. We gonna bounce around today, but I just wanted to address how motherfuckers are like, I don't understand where the Terence Crawford hate comes from, because I never thought I would see the day when a motherfucker would take a fake news article and run with it. Like, run with it, didn't verify the source. The motherfucker that wrote the article ain't even a credible fucking author. The website is fucking questionable. You motherfuckers will stoop that fucking low to go out of your way to shit on a man's name. The same man that y'all say ain't fought nobody, he can't get no big fights. The moment it seems like he may have the potential biggest fight in 2021, you motherfuckers are looking for any and everything to come out and shit on it. And I just want to know why. Why do you motherfuckers hate Terence Crawford that much? I just don't get it. Can somebody, anybody, please drop a comment below and let me know? Because maybe I'm tripping, but I just don't understand it, man, because I'm going to pull up this website. And for me, it looked janky from the jump. Hold on, let me see how I can add this shit on real quick. Let me see. Stop that. Because I want you guys to see this motherfucking website. Where is it? Here we go. So supposedly it's coming from MP Promotions, right? And let me make sure I got this shit right. So yeah, it's coming from MP Promotions. Chief says Pacquiao Crawford fight is nonsense, right? And this is coming from sports.inquiry.net. I've never heard of this website before, so I don't think there's any validity to this article. But it says it seems like that supposed fight between Manny Pacquiao and WBO welterweight champion Terence Crawford won't be coming to reality. MP Promotions president Sean Gibbons said that the reported Dhabi, I don't fucking know, fight between the top welterweights is nothing but nonsense. End quote. Now, a lot of people took that shit and just ran with it yesterday, right? I mean, they just couldn't wait for some fucking false news to come out about Terence Bud Crawford and the Manny Pacquiao fight not happening because they want their boy Errol Spence, you know, to be up on top. And I get it, it's their guy, but I just don't respect it. But having said all of that, I'm trying to figure out, when exactly did Bob Arum even mention the name? Because last time I checked, when he went on Barbershop Conversations, and shout out to Fred, who did a phenomenal job in the interview, he was trying to pry his way to figure out exactly who Terence Crawford was going to be fighting next, right? But I'm going to roll this interview clip yet again because I guess you motherfuckers didn't hear it on the last video. Because the last time I checked, he didn't say a fucking name. So everybody is just automatically assuming it's Manny Pacquiao because I did too, but nothing has been confirmed. But let me go ahead and add this shit to the stream real quick. Let me see. Where we at? All right. Okay. And then we gonna do this. All right. Let me roll this shit.
Economic engines geared up for a Errol Spence Terence Crawford bout, and if not, when is Bud Crawford fight next?
There's going to be an announcement within the week on Bud Crawford's next fight. I can't reveal it now, but it will be a major fight.
Okay.
And
will we be able to pronounce his opponent's name?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you heard it right there, guys. Bob Arum didn't come out and say it was Manny Pacquiao or Sean Porter or Keith Thurman. The only thing Bob Arum of Top Rank Promotions set up there and said was his fight is going to be on pay-per-view, and it's a very big deal. But let me continue to roll this clip so y'all can hear.
So this week we should anticipate a Terence Crawford opponent
Announcement. And an announcement. A date and a place and everything. But I'm not at liberty to discuss it at this time.
Can you give us a date?
No, that's what this is a big deal. This is not just any old fight. This is a big deal, and it'll be announced next week, and all the details will be announced at that time.
Pay-per-view?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Bob, is there any progress on putting together a Juneteenth card?
All right, so you heard what Bob had to say. He basically said, hey, it's going to be on pay-per-view. It's a major deal. It's a big fight. I can't announce it right now because they want to announce it. So people just automatically assumed it was the great Manny Pacquiao, but I don't know, man. At this point, we just got to wait and see what happens. But I am hoping that Terence Crawford is able to land this fight because he deserves it. This man has been chasing Manny Pacquiao for 6 to 7 years now. So if anybody in the sport of boxing deserves a fight with Manny Pacquiao, I think it's Terence Bud Crawford because the way he conducts himself in and outside of the ring, he's one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world. Everybody seems to love to lament his resume and say that he doesn't have any big fights. So I think he deserves it, man. But it seems like the haters don't want to see the man shine, and I just don't fucking get it. I mean, I just don't get it. As boxing fans, why wouldn't you want this fight to happen? Because a lot of people are saying that, oh, well, Manny Pacquiao doesn't have a belt and he doesn't do nothing for Terence Crawford's legacy. This is a cash grab. But I beg to differ because if you want to look at it that way, then what the fuck does Sean Porter do for Terence Crawford? Because Sean Porter doesn't have a belt. You understand what I'm saying? Sean Porter don't sell a lot of fights. Sean Porter don't sell a lot of pay-per-views. Hell, he's only been on pay-per-view one fucking time. And that was with Errol Spence, if I'm not mistaken. So I just don't understand the logic. And then Keith Thurman has also only been on pay-per-view one time, but that was against Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, right? And Keith Thurman, who, Terence Crawford and Top Rank tried to offer the fight before the Kell Brook fight, the man requested to have $10 million guaranteed, in a fucking pandemic. Now make that make sense. But you motherfuckers always trying to say that, oh, Terence Crawford is ducking the competition. He don't want to fight nobody. Errol Spence did all the fucking heavy lifting. What kind of heavy lifting has this motherfucker really done? I mean, let's just break this shit down. He fought Danny Garcia. Don't make me fart. The motherfucker ain't did shit at the 147-pound weight division, right? All his hard work was done at 140. Since Danny Garcia has moved up to 147, he ain't done shit. He ain't done shit but get smoked every fucking time. He's gotten smoked. Okay? Danny Garcia. So he fought him. All right, cool. We got that motherfucker out the way. Danny Garcia is not a Hall of Famer, contrary to the lies and the fucking opinions that they love to spread. The Terence Crawford haters. Okay, so we addressed him, right? He also fought Sean Porter. Now, correct me if I'm wrong or not, y'all, but prior to Sean Porter going up against Errol Spence Jr., Sean Porter was labeled as a motherfucker that can't box, who was a fucking football player, who comes in and headbutts. He was labeled a dirty fighter, all that type of shit. But somehow, some way, ever since Errol Spence failed to live up to the expectations he set upon himself, by saying that he was going to knock Sean Porter out on multiple occasions. He told Terence Crawford that to his face. He told Sean Porter that to his face during that fucking showdown, sit down that they had. He told everybody and their mama that Sean Porter was easy work. He was going to knock him out, right? But we all know that did not happen. And ever since that did not happen, because once again, your man didn't live up to his expectations. Everybody want to come out and use Sean Porter as this fucking big measuring stick in the sport of boxing in the welterweight division and just make it make sense, because I don't get it. I don't look at Sean Porter as being one of the greatest welterweights I've ever seen fight in my life. I don't. So if y'all want to do that, all right, cool. Have at it. But on my fucking channel and on my platform, we got to call a spade a spade. Just go back in time. Do your research. Nobody respected Sean Porter. Hell, an argument could be made that Sean Porter lost to Yordenis Ugas before even landing a fight with Errol Spence. A lot of people felt like he lost that fight. So again, please stop the fucking cap. What heavy lifting has Errol Spence really done at 147? I will wait. I'll fucking wait. And while you're working on that, let's get to his other opponent, Mikey Garcia. Little old Mike. Oh my God. This motherfucker moved up 2 weight classes to face Errol Spence, right? Motherfucker couldn't get past the jab. He didn't know. Once he figured out, hey, I can't get past this man jab, he just wanted to skate out of there with a check. So what threat did Mikey Garcia really pose? And besides all of that, I would like to ask you guys another question, because I just thought of this. What in the fuck did Mikey Garcia do at the 147-pound division to deserve a shot at Errol Spence? I'll wait again. I'll wait again. I got time today, y'all. I got time. I woke up pissed off because I wanted to go live last night, but I said, you know what? I'm going to sit back and watch and listen to all the fuckery that comes out before I give you guys facts. I'm still waiting on the answer, y'all. What in the fuck did Mikey Garcia do? Why didn't Mikey Garcia have to go get a belt? And when Mikey Garcia went to go get a belt at 147, why wasn't he told that, hey, I'm gonna go the easier route and knock out Sean Porter? I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. Can any one of you motherfucking Errol Spence lovers and nut huggers and fanboys explain that shit to me? Try to make that make sense. Try to make that make sense, because Mikey Garcia ain't done shit. But this man always seems to land a big fight. I give him credit for that. Kudos to him. But as far as getting into the welterweight division and dominating and earning a shot at the quote unquote boogeyman, he ain't did shit. Okay? Nothing. So again, I asked the question, what heavy lifting has Errol Spence really done? Sure, he has better pay-per-view numbers. I will give him that. Nobody has ever refuted that. And if you have, then you're an idiot. But let's not sit up here and act like doing 280,000, 300,000, 200,000 on pay-per-view is fucking jaw-breaking numbers. I mean, stop it. Don't make me fart. Please don't make me fart. And I love to pass gas, but please don't make me fart. Okay? Quit trying to push this bullshit ass narrative, man. Quit making excuses for this guy. Because again, I would like to pose this question to you guys, right? Why haven't we heard anything about negotiations with Yordenis Ugas? Where's the 60-40, 70-30, and 80-20 talks? Or does that only pertain to Terence Bud Crawford? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. Because I'm sitting up here trying to figure out where are the videos. You know, where's the discredit of Yordenis Ugas' resume and what he's accomplished in the sport of boxing? Because let you guys tell it, Terence Crawford ain't done shit. He ain't never been undisputed. He ain't never been Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year. He's never been a lineal champion. He's never moved up 3 weight classes and won 3 titles in 3 weight classes. He ain't done none of that shit. Everything Terence Crawford has done means absolutely nothing because he's at 147 now. And how does that work? Because if I'm applying for a job, right, and I've worked at Walmart, I've worked at Target, I've worked at Chick-fil-A, you understand what I'm saying? I've worked at motherfucking Tom Thumb, Kroger's, you know, Sack and Save, if that's still around, right? And I go to an interview, why wouldn't I list my prior accomplishments in my previous jobs on my resume? Why wouldn't I use that for leverage to say, hey, I deserve this job because look at my prior experience? But you motherfuckers want Terence Bud Crawford to forget everything he's done at 135, 140, and just focus on 147 and say, hey, this is why you don't deserve the 50-50 split. Now, can somebody tell me, how does that make sense in the real world? Have these motherfuckers ever not had a job? How does that make sense to y'all? And then they fans just love to roll with this dumb shit. It doesn't make sense to me. How does that make sense? Just because this one particular man, who is the naturally smaller guy, was able to move up 3 weight classes, instead of, you know, bigging him up and giving him props, you guys want to turn around and shit on him and use that against him. But then the same motherfuckers that are happy about this fight maybe not happening are the same ones that turn around and say, well, the man ain't fought nobody. How does that make sense? Can we be fair? I mean, can we start calling a spade in the YouTube boxing community? Can you motherfucking fanboys just be objective for once? How does that make sense? How? I'm just sick of all of the goddamn disrespect. And I'm not a fanboy at all. Whenever Terence Crawford come out and say some bullshit, I'm the first one to call him out on it. The same way I do with Teofimo Lopez, Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Charlos, all of the above. Manny Pacquiao. I've been on Manny Pacquiao for I don't know how long for ducking smoke. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, I can't take anything away from his credentials and his boxing resume. He has one of, if not the best boxing resumes in the sport. But the fact of the matter is this: Manny Pacquiao at one time was holding up the welterweight division. That's how I felt. But it looks like I was wrong because look, these guys still ain't fighting each other. They still ain't fighting each other. And then you got these old ex-fighters like Oscar De La Hoya, of course, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. You understand what I'm saying? Miguel Cotto. All these other old ex-great professional boxers are coming back to get the bag because of what? These motherfucking new generation fighters are not fighting. They are Twitter boxing. Meanwhile, you have these other dudes that have already gotten to the bag. They're about to get some more bags because you motherfuckers here to fight each other. They doing exhibitions and getting paper. You understand what I'm saying? But we condone this in the sport of boxing. We condone the fuckery. We condone the accounting talks. Everybody wants to be Earl Spence accountant. Like everybody wants to be his personal banker. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody want to do his math. Everybody want to count the man's pockets. Everybody want to feel like he deserves the most money in the welterweight division. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. But then you want to turn around and shit on another man for feeling like he's worth what he's worth. But he's the motherfucker that's getting in the ring and getting hit in the head every fucking day. He's the motherfucker doing all this running and training in Colorado Springs. You understand what I'm saying? But let me go to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Banks Law said, yeah, the Bud haters got all hands on deck. Man, it's getting ridiculous, bro. It's getting out of hand. I mean, I just don't understand it. Gerald Fields, shout out, boy. You already know they was going to do this. Yep, I seen it coming a mile away. I'm not surprised. Shout out to my boy Crazy, bro. He said, hopefully Bud gets Pacquiao, man. We'll see. I hope so, man. I hope so because, oof. If he don't, I mean, they already coming out in droves now. They already coming out in droves, Crazy. Banks Law said again, he even called Porter with the perfect punch and he barely touched the canvas. Facts. Facts. That was a good ass fight, though. He had to dig down deep to win that fight. He really had to dig down deep. He didn't live up to his expectations, but he had to dig down deep to barely win that fight. He didn't do nothing. Yeah. Gerald Field said, get him. Yeah, I got to, bro. Shout out to Light Lit Up. He said exactly. Yeah, man. So I'm just trying to figure out where does all the hate come from? Why is everybody so happy that this fight may not happen? I mean, and then it's coming from a fucking fake news article. And then I'm still trying to figure out when did Bob Arum say a name? He never said a name. Y'all just assumed that it was Manny Pacquiao off the rip and took it and confirmed and ran with it. But in the sport of boxing, we have to wait until the shit is confirmed, until we see like a press conference of some sort or verify from both parties' camps. Then we can only take this shit with a grain of salt. That's why when I did my last live, I just said, you know, who could it be? Thurman, Porter, or Manny? I didn't definitively say, oh, Terence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao, June 5th. Like, I never did that because it isn't confirmed. Because we've seen multiple fights fall through on Manny Pacquiao's side, whether it was Conor McGregor, Ryan Garcia, who said he wanted Tank, but then he had the opportunity to face his fucking idol, and then that fight fell through, right? And then he went to Terence Crawford, and then possibly Errol Spence, and then now it's back to Terence Crawford and Mikey Garcia. So we don't know what Manny Pacquiao is really going to do, but he is the biggest lottery ticket in the sport of boxing. I mean, we can't refute or dispute that. I have no rebuttals about that. But man, make up your motherfucking mind. And for everybody that's coming out and shitting on Bud and saying that, oh, well, what is he going to do now if he doesn't get the Manny Pacquiao fight? Well, didn't the man say he was going to fight Sean Porter next? I could have sworn that's what he said out his own fucking lips. You understand what I'm saying? But I digress on that point, man. But Adrien Broner came out last night on Instagram, and he basically took a bunch of shots at Steven Espinoza, who runs Showtime Boxing, and he also took shots at PBC's leader-in-chief and Al Haymon. And let me find an excerpt of what he said. So yeah, AB said, I told Al and Espinoza to keep me busy, not dizzy. I want to fight and train and keep my body right. But if they ain't talking about me fighting, then I ain't about to just be in the gym taking my body through hell for nothing. They about to make me fight on ESPN or Triller or something, because I'm not in a contract with nobody. I'm just a loyal motherfucker. What, y'all don't want me active and make 100 to 200 million? Let's go. I want to fight, bro. Keep playing. I'm going to punch a nigga on the streets. I'm tired of this shit. Now, that was Adrien Broner, man. It sounds like, I don't want to be funny, but it sounds like he was drunk. Sounds like AB is drinking again, or he just wanted attention. In full disclosure, I'm a huge Adrien Broner fan, but I do not condone fuckery. And for him to say that I'm not going to be in the gym just putting my body through all this fucking punishment and pain if I ain't got a fight ready, then how does that work? Because the last time I checked, aren't boxers supposed to train year round, stay in some kind of tip-top shape so they can be ready for whenever a fight does get made? Now, the only thing I can agree with Adrien Broner on is this. He does need to stay active. Hell, I feel like all of these boxers needs to stay more active, because when did fighting only once or twice a year become cool? Is that another Floyd Mayweather thing? I mean, can somebody drop a comment below and let me know? But was that like Floyd the first person doing that? Because I don't think these guys are great enough to just fight once or twice a year. And we can say what we want about Canelo Alvarez and his lack of opponents thereof, right? But one thing we can't say about Canelo is that he isn't active. I mean, every time I see Canelo Alvarez, he's either in the gym training or he's fighting, or he has a fight already lined up. So I'm going to give a big shout out to Big Canelo for being able to stay active and stay fit in the sport of boxing. But if I'm Al Haymon and Steven Espinoza, why would I waste my money and my time to invest in a motherfucker that can't stay out of trouble unless he has a boxing fight? I'll wait. I will fucking wait, because it doesn't make sense. Because Adrien Broner, man, he's a grown man with kids. I don't know how many kids he has. He's a married man at that. I think he's in his early 30s. Why in the fuck do they have to babysit you to keep you out of trouble? And then you talking about you'll punch a nigga on the streets. I know he just talking shit or whatever, but let's just say, as a hypothetical, he means what he says. Well, he's going to be back in the courtroom and in the jail cell yet again, fighting another case. And everything he just said in this excerpt speaks volumes to me, because it just lets me know Adrien Broner is not boxing for the love of the sport. Adrien Broner is only boxing to get himself out of debt, which shows why he performed the way that he performs, because he isn't dedicated to the sport. He isn't dedicated to the sport of boxing. You know, you can play a lot of things, man. You can play NBA 2K. You can play John Madden on your fucking Xbox or PlayStation. You can play basketball in real life. You can go to the rec and play pool. You understand what I'm saying? But when it comes to the sport of boxing, you can't be no half-time boxer, part-time boxer. And that's what Adrien Broner has done his entire career. You know, from trying to rap, from trying to be a celebrity, from going to the club, from drinking, you know, putting that extra wear and tear on his body for absolutely no reason, when you had the opportunity to become the next Floyd Mayweather, because we know that you can put asses in seats. And I feel like as many times as that man came up short, the biggest one was against Manny Pacquiao. He had the perfect opportunity to correct or to amend everything that this man has done prior to that with all of his fuck ups. And he let the moment pass him by. And that is why I don't think Adrien Broner is ever going to reach the potential that he could have reached in the sport of boxing, because he didn't take it serious enough. It is what it is, man. But I'm pulling for the guy. I'm rooting for him. But do I condone the fuckery and the bullshit that he just said? Absolutely not. And shout out to my boy Dolomite in the chat. He said Pimp Al Haymon is pimping everybody, or everyone, the fighters in the PBC stable, the networks, and the fans. Facts. And I'll take it a step further. If I'm Al Haymon and Steven Espinoza, I say, okay, AB, you want to fight, you want money, right? Well, how does a fight with Regis Prograis sound to you at 140? Because didn't you just say you want to move back down? And didn't you say that you press for cash? So I'm gonna just throw him in the ring with Regis Prograis and let him get his ass kicked so I can wash my hands away with him. Because as far as I'm concerned, Adrien Broner is done, y'all. He's done. I seen all I needed to see against Giovanni Santiago because I feel like he lost that fight. Drop a comment below. Did y'all have Adrien Broner winning that fight? Because he still didn't do what everybody has been begging him to do. Let his fucking hands go. It's right there, but it's like the man is just gun-ho. He's gunshot. He don't know how to let his hands go. Shout out to Gerald Fields. I love AB, but you're right. Yeah, man, we got to keep it a buck. He needs somebody like me in his camp telling him the truth because it's obvious whoever in his camp is just fucking yes men. And that's the biggest problem with all of these dudes nowadays. They got a bunch of yes men that don't want to tell them the fucking truth. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me give me some bottled water real quick. Yeah, man, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, my wife just brought in some Chick-fil-A breakfast. I'm about to smash that shit. But yeah, bro, AB, he need to get them yes men out of his corner. And I'm pretty sure that's probably why him and Floyd Mayweather aren't as tight as they are, because Floyd seen him doing all the bullshit and probably tried to tell him to stop, but he didn't want to listen. He didn't want to listen. But if I'm Al Haymon, I'm going to throw that motherfucker in there with Regis Prograis. Get up in the ring with him so he can fight and get your ass kicked because you want a big payday. You ain't fighting for the love of the sport. Why am I going to keep feeding you bombs so you can look unimpressive and skate to, these little ass victories? I'm not about to keep playing with you, AB, because you ain't dedicated. Dolomite said Al is so blank. I don't know what you're trying to say right there, bro. With his pimping, you don't even have to say a word. Yeah, man. Al Haymon is a beast. Al Haymon is definitely a beast, man. He's definitely a beast. Davy John is in the chat. He said, nope, I think he's been done since the Madonna fight, but he sure can promote a fight. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that Marcos Maidana, man, that fight right there, it took a lot out of him, y'all. Maybe that's why he's afraid to let his hands go, because he doesn't want to get knocked down and knocked out again. I think that's part of the problem, because Adrien Broner at one point in time was a fighter that let his hands go. He threw a lot of combinations, but I don't know what happened. I guess it was the Marcos Maidana fight. David John, you make a hell of a point, bro. A hell of a point. He hasn't been the same since. And I feel like a lot of people was bashing AB whenever he fought Manny Pacquiao and said that he won a fight. Of course, he didn't win, but I feel like the first half of that fight, he was doing pretty decent against Manny. But, as the old adage go, he didn't let his fucking hands go at the end, and he let Manny Pacquiao outwork him. It's the same situation in every fight. Dolomite said the first thing AB needs to do is to drop the bullshit shoulder guard, because that's what's keeping him from letting his hands go. Absolutely. And if you're going to try to do the shoulder roll, why not try to get with Floyd? Why not try to get with Floyd? Try to get him to teach you the shit, even though I don't think you can still perfect it, because I don't think his legs is as good as a Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't know how to use his range to get out of the way of a punch and shit like that. He kind of just stand there and like to get hit, and then he just try to walk you down. Adrien Broner game is so simple. He doesn't have many dimensions to his boxing game. Even with all his talents and gifts, he just hasn't honed them, man. So I agree with you, Dolomite. Gerald Field said hard work is what he lost. When work hard, you stay on top. Facts. Yeah, Adrien Broner got caught up in the celebrity lifestyle, bro. I just feel like he blew up too fast, and he didn't know how to handle the fame. He didn't know how to handle the shit that came with being on top of the sport of boxing, because at one time he was on top. I give him credit for that. But I think when he had that Paulie Malignaggi fight, that shit went to his head, and he took the Marcos Maidana fight, and it wasn't time to go up to that big of a weight. You understand what I'm saying? So hopefully he can bounce back, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm tired of hoping and wishing and praying for Adrien Broner. I hope the man get his life straight, but at the same time, am I going to be sitting by my TV waiting for him to fight next time? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I think from a marketing perspective and from a financial perspective, I think a fight with Regis Prograis makes sense. I think they can even probably sell that fight enough to put it on pay-per-view, y'all. What y'all think? Because both of them love to pop shit. And I think it would be an action-packed fight, because I think Regis Prograis gonna let his fucking hands go, and AB ain't gonna have a choice but to fight. If not, he gonna get stopped. He is going to get stopped. So I'm with Adrien Broner's initial premise about staying active and staying busy, but do you need to stay busy just so you can stay out of trouble? Like, fuck no, you're a grown man, bro. You can't sit your ass down at the house with your wife and kids. You understand what I'm saying? You're a fucking millionaire. Like, why do these dudes have to coddle you? It makes no sense. But back to the Terence Crawford and Errol Spence and the Manny Pacquiao shit, right? You know what I just thought about as I was talking, y'all? If this was Errol Spence in contract negotiations or talks to get a fight with Manny Pacquiao, the Terence Crawford haters and naysayers, they would be singing praises to the Most High. They will be singing praises to God. Because I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but hold on. Let me add this to the stream. Let me add this shit to the stream because this wasn't that long ago. All right, let me roll this shit.
37,000 fans, that pyro, that band. I know you want to talk Manny Pacquiao, so I'm just going to let you do it right now.
Yeah, tell Manny Pacquiao come back over here. Manny! Come on over here, Manny.
Manny, you're being requested here, center of the ring.
He been here before, he broke records here before, he's a legend of the sport, and it'd be my honor to fight him next.
Is that the fight you want next, Manny?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we'll give the fans a good fight.
Would you want to do it right here in AT&T Stadium? I saw Mr. Jones. I don't know where he went. I'm sure he would have no qualms about doing that.
Well, I'm so happy to be here in Dallas, and then I'm hoping that I will be back here soon.
Right. Well, I know a man who hopes that too, Errol. This fight, you told me this week.
You heard what Manny saying? He was like, So you can kind of tell that Manny was caught off guard. He's not really interested in fighting Errol Spence. But I'm telling you, man, if the shoe was on the other foot, these boys would have all kind of videos. The haters would be making all kind of comments and saying, oh, Errol Spence is the greatest. Oh, he's the new pay-per-view cash cow over Canelo Alvarez. Oh, my God. Errol Spence, can I clip your toenails? They will be saying all this shit. You understand what I'm saying? But when the shoe is on the other foot, when Terence Bud Crawford can finally get a potential mega fight, they want to shit on it. They looking for fake news articles. They doing everything. They just scrambling like roaches when you cut on a light. They just scrambling, trying to figure out how can we nix this deal from happening. So they spread negativity and lies, and you know they fans gonna run with it, but it is what it is. But one thing I noticed about this YouTube shit, y'all, the real is never going to get the respect that they deserve. Because I feel like I'm the realest in this shit. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm going to be fair on both sides, you know. But I feel like, you know, the publicity that these other people get, hey, it is what it is. I ain't begging. I ain't crying. I'm just going to keep doing my thing and bring you all the real. And I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers and each and every one of the haters, whether you love or hate my channel or not, for, you know, tuning in and rocking with me, man. I appreciate y'all. Let me see. R Boxing 1108. Shout out to you, my brother. You said PBC fighters looking homeless. Yeah, man. We ain't even going to talk about them net worths. We ain't even going to talk about that. Because for everybody to say that this man is a cash cow, the man is only worth, what, $7 million, $8 million last time I checked? But he want to talk about 60-40. I'm a 70-30 a nigga. I'm an 80-20. Fuck it. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Shout out to Ross Hickey Leatherwood. Brother, you are the most honest boxing reporter on YouTube. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it, man. I try my best to be fair. Man. I wish we had more people like this in the boxing community. But hey, if everybody's saying the same shit, then, you know, we really wouldn't have nothing to talk about, to be honest. So even though I don't really appreciate those guys' opinions because I feel like they're shitty and biased, I respect it. I guess that's how they feel, and they got to do what they do and say what they say to push their narratives. Maybe they getting a paycheck. I don't fucking know. But I would love to debate one of the motherfuckers. But if we were to debate, y'all check this out, Dolomite. If they want to come on and debate your boy E-Thriller, right? We got to do it on a neutral playing field. Because I notice whenever motherfuckers go in there and try to challenge them or challenge their biased opinions and views, they like to mute you or block you or cut you off. You understand what I'm saying? So if they want to debate your boy Thriller, man, send them my way. We can do it on my channel. I'll line it up and I'll lay all the motherfuckers out. I promise you that. Dolomite said, keep popping your shit. Already, bro. I appreciate it. Y'all make it worth my while. Gerald Field said, I just want to see somebody get knocked out, please. Man, Hey, man, I just want to see a good fight. I mean, the sport of boxing needs a fight of this magnitude between Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford. Hell, Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence, I don't give a damn. I just want to see a good fight. Can we get a big mega fight in 2021? Because it don't seem like we are going to get the fight that everybody want to see, which is Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. And we all know why. Errol Spence don't want the motherfucking fight, period. Leatherwood said AB doesn't utilize head movements nor his footwork in defense. Yeah, man, AB is a lost cause, bro. The man has all the talent in the world, but he just doesn't hone his craft and skills. He's the perfect example of wasted talent. I don't know if you guys have heard that Jim Jones album, but I look at AB like that. He's just basically wasted talent. He's wasted talent, man. But I'm still root for him. I'm gonna still tune in to watch his fights. Am I going to be excited about his fights? No. Because I know what's coming, man. You know, he's just going to sit there and not let his hands go get hit in the body by 20 times before he shake his head, no. And then he going to come forward and try to hit you with a 1-2. It's the same old fucking episode. Each and every fight, y'all, I promise. But yeah, if this was Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao, they'll be all for this shit, y'all. They would be really all for this fight. So it's sad, man, that we can't really uplift these boxers, black boxers at that. You know, I'm not a racist or, you know, I like fighters. Hell, some of my favorite fighters in the sport today are Hispanic. I love Canelo Alvarez. Hell, and I like David Benavidez a lot. So I'm not just for a guy because he's black or he's white or Hispanic. Like, I like all boxers, bro. I just don't like when boxers do fuck shit. That's it. Because, again, I want to preface my comments. I was a huge Errol Spence fan when he was chasing Keith Thurman around, when he had the ponytail and shit, when Keith Thurman was on his bullshit, saying that, oh, Errol Spence ain't done shit, you ain't done this, or he got to wait his turn. I was all for Errol Spence getting his shot. So I don't want you guys that's new to my channel or that's been on my channel that think, oh, I just hate on Errol Spence. No, I used to love Errol Spence. I was begging for him to get a fight with Keith Thurman because I felt like he'll fuck Keith Thurman up to the body. I did. I felt like he would smoke Keith Thurman. But now all of a sudden, now that he's in a position that Keith Thurman is in, he's turned into him, and I just don't respect it. And it didn't happen until Terence Bud Crawford moved up to 147 pounds. Y'all just do your research. Gerald Field said, hey, bro, what is the reason why they hate on Bud? Man, I don't know, bro. I don't know. He's not a rah-rah guy. He isn't flashy. He's a family man. He's married, black woman, black kids, you know, quiet, reserved, introvert. I'm starting to think maybe it's just because he's an introvert. He doesn't do interviews. He doesn't seem like a people's person. Like if I were to see Terence Crawford in person, I probably wouldn't even speak to him because I can feel his vibe or his attitude from afar. He's not an approachable guy. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I think rubs people the wrong way. That he don't fuck with a lot of people. He just don't fuck with them, bro. I think that's what it is. Other than that, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. But he's a great boxer in the ring, and it's not like he's boring because, you know, the knock on Floyd Mayweather was he was flashy. He talked a lot of shit. You know, the whole Mayweather persona, he only did that to sell fights, right? But at the same time, Floyd, when he got in the ring, he wasn't trying to knock you out. He wasn't knocking nobody down. You know, he just did enough just to win, you know, 7 to 8 rounds so he can call it a night, right? And go to the club and pop your shit. But with Bud, he's going out there. He's taking chances. He isn't a great defensive fighter, although he can be. He's daring to be great and whacking motherfuckers left and right. And he still don't get the credit he deserves. And then I was thinking to myself, and I was talking to my partner, shout out to Diggs, about this shit with Deontay Wilder, because I understand Deontay Wilder isn't the most technical boxer and, you know, things of that nature, right? But he was whacking motherfuckers left and right. He was whacking them left and right, and they still hated Deontay Wilder. And I thought fans love to see knockouts, similar to how baseball fans, like how they say chicks love the long ball. They dig the long ball when McGuire and motherfucking Sammy Sosa were hitting all them damn home runs when they was on steroids and shit like that, right? You would think that we would appreciate guys that go up in the ring and knock motherfuckers out like Mike Tyson, who is loved and revered to this day for doing those things. But for some reason, Terence Crawford cannot get that fucking love, and I just don't get it. R Boxing 1108 said that, hey, bud, because he won't give certain people interviews. That's where it all still stems from. You make a hell of a point, bro. See, my thing is this. I don't do this shit to try to get interviews. Like, if it comes my way, then cool. I'm all for it. But what I will not do is compromise my integrity or what I believe as a person, as a fight fan or a reporter, just to get a fucking interview. You know, like, for example, if I were to do an interview with Errol Spence, I'm gonna let him know, hey, bro, I got 8 or 9 part series on why you ducking Terence Bud Crawford. I'm letting you know what's happening from the jump. If you want to do the interview, cool. If not, I ain't tripping. I ain't about to lose no fucking sleep. I don't give a damn if I never get an interview. As long as I keep bringing y'all the real and my honest opinion and facts, I can live with that at the end of the day. So but maybe you're right, bro. Maybe they just want to get Bud on there. And you know what I just thought about as I'm saying that? I'm glad you just dropped that comment, bro. Because for a guy that they say that can't move the needle, he can't sell fights, he isn't this, he ain't fought nobody. They take time out of their fucking day each and every time to talk about who Terence Crawford should fight or what he ain't doing or how he should leave Top Rank and what he should do with this. They talk about him more than Errol Spence. Y'all drop a comment below and let me know, but am I tripping? Because I could have sworn that they talk about this dude every day more than Errol Spence, more than Canelo, more than Charlo, more than Fury, more than AJ. They talk about Terence Crawford all the time. And for a guy that don't say too much to the media, how the fuck do y'all always come up with this material if he isn't what y'all don't think he is? I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. Gerald Field said, okay, so I guess me and Takeoff, their family is on Bud's side, and the kids that don't have that is on EJ's side. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I definitely think it's some sort of a personal issue going on, man. I don't know. Rashard Pippen, shout out to you, bro. All facts, they channel run off Bud. Yeah, bro. I mean, every single day it's something about Terence Bud Crawford. But let them same motherfuckers tell it. He don't move the needle. He can't sell fights. But y'all continuously talk about this dude every single day. Every single day. Now, make that make sense. I don't see nobody talking about Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas. All I've seen is Terence Crawford. He should fight Sean Porter. He should fight Keith Thurman. He should fight Errol Spence. Or he should take the 60-40, 70-30. You understand what I'm saying? Or the fight with Pacquiao is false. It ain't happening like every other day, multiple times a day at that. They talking about Terence Crawford, but he ain't shit though. Let them tell you he ain't shit, but his name is always in their mouth. But it is what it is, man. I'm about 40-something minutes in the show. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, man. I'm about to eat this food, y'all. So I'll catch y'all. If something else break today, then I'll come back online tonight and go live, man. But once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And if you haven't done so already, hit that like or dislike button. I really appreciate you. Until next time, I'm gone. Holla.